Welcome back. Today on Newsmaker, we're talking about skin cancer, specifically melanoma. It is the deadliest form of skin cancer, and joining us right now is Melissa Collins. She's a stage 2 melanoma survivor and obviously a young lady here, and we want to thank you so much, Melissa, for being here and for sharing our story. And you just celebrated your 1-year cancerversary in April.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you do look so young. Let's start at the beginning. How did you find something that you thought was suspicious in the first place?
I had a mole on the back of my leg, not in a noticeable spot, for as long as I can remember, and I actually started tanning in tanning beds at 39, so 2 years ago, and I noticed it while I was putting lotion on to get in the tanning bed and thought something's not right with the mole. Kind of, you know, brushed it off, kept an eye on it, thought, okay, it looks like it's changed, it's bigger, so I then went to the dermatologist and had it removed.
You know, that's pretty cool that you did that, because a lot of people would just kind of be like, come on, not me. So, yeah, and you tanned since you were 15. Did you ever think melanoma would be a word that you would hear later in your life pertaining to yourself?
I didn't even know what melanoma was at 15. I think most teens don't really think cancer, you're invincible. It was fun. I laid out with my friends out at the pool, you know, at the beach, you know, it was fun. And no, never. I'm in the medical profession, and I still am embarrassed to say I didn't know how deadly melanoma is. Skin cancer to me was something that you get a little spot, they cut it off, you go on, you know. Well,
and let's talk about that, because can you tell us what you had to go through after you got that diagnosis?
Yes. I had to see a surgical oncologist, and I had to undergo surgery to remove the remainder of the melanoma. They do a wide excision biopsy is what they call it. I have a 5-inch scar on my leg. They went about 2 inches deep. And I also had to have a biopsy of the groin lymph nodes. So they took out 3 lymph nodes that lit up that potentially could have had cells from the melanoma spread to, and they were clear. So I mean, recovering was very difficult. 2 weeks at home, and then I was back to work, sit-down job, a lot of leg swelling afterwards. Very hard to, you know, to go from being active to not being able to walk very well. It was hard. The hardest part, though, was actually just not feeling like people thought much of the melanoma, like, oh, well, they cut it out, you're fine, move on, you know, don't dwell on this, you know, it's gone. It's not gone. To me, it's never gone, because it can come back, and it can come back in organs, and I may not know that it's there, so it's very scary.
Well, yeah, and let's talk about that. What kinds of things are you going to be doing now? Well, first of all, that they're going to make you do for the rest of your life, as far as preventing it from coming back and just being vigilant. Let's start there. I
do my own skin checks every month, more so really, but monthly you should do your own skin checks when you've had melanoma, and follow up with the dermatologist. They say for me every 6 months. I was going every 3. I did have a couple more moles that they did remove that came back precancerous, one, and then the others were fine. But I also had basal cell on my chest that was diagnosed at the same time as my melanoma, so I did go back and have that removed as well. They do a Mohs surgery, which they can tell you right there that they got it all, which they got that all. And that is one of the 3 types of skin cancers, and it's not a deadly type, but you know, it, I believe, is from the tanning, all the years that I did the tanning.
And we live in that society with tanning. Tanning's such a, you know,
yes.
It's a beauty
You're
thing.
Healthy, you got the healthy glow, yeah.
Oh, so are you just done?
I am absolutely done. I mean, there's a lot of self-tanners. I just don't really feel the need to even do that. I'm trying to embrace my skin, pale if it's pale. I have freckles. I never liked them when I was a kid. I'm embracing all that. That's how God made me, so.
All right, and now you have a blog, and it talks all about your journey. Tell us about that, and really why it's so important to you, even to do that and to come here today.
It's important to spread awareness, because I never knew, and I felt that I was given some very valuable information. I was maybe put in the spot for a reason to, you know, maybe help somebody else that was like me, that didn't know the dangers. And tanning beds they're so much more used now than when I was a teen, but they were there when I was a teen. I never used them then, but it seems like everybody's doing it, and so dangerous, and I don't think the teens are aware of that when they're doing it. So I just hope that, you know, with prom season being about now, and they're all wanting the nice glow for the pretty dress, and, you know, that they realize that it's lifelong damage that they're doing.
All right, and now if you'd like to see Melissa's blog, you can check it out on the See It on TV section of our website, ABC12.com, and it is prom time. What would you tell the teens out there who think that they really need that tan to look good in their dress, whatever color the dress may be?
Well, I mean, there are self-tanners, there's other ways, spray tans, there are other ways. You're doing lifelong damage again. It's, you know, melanoma, it's a life sentence. You can't, once you're diagnosed, it's a lifelong journey that you know, embark on. So it's not worth it. It's just not worth it.
All right, well, we want to thank you for spreading your message today. If you reached even one person, what a great thing that you have done. So thanks so much for being with us today, Melissa.
Thank you for having me.
And coming up in this horrible weather. So we want to thank Melissa so much for being here. And you know, she was so young when she started tanning, and skin cancer among kids is on the rise. Kids, we're talking here. And doctors say cases are increasing at an alarming rate. Parents, please listen up. What you think is a harmless mole or a freckle on your child could be deadly.